This video is going to deal with what is anti-patterns basically, and why we need to start with anti-patterns. So anti-pattern, signature based malware detection versus polymorphic threats. We know that what is malware. So malwares are malicious code or suspicious code where they are trying to attack the system information and causes the damage. So we need to avoid this. We need to detect it. So anti-patterns, how it is going to deal with these malware detection. So this is all overview of this video lecture. So here we'll discuss about anti-patterns in cybersecurity. Before we move on to the why we need to start with anti-patterns, let us first understand what is anti-patterns. So an anti-patterns are just like a software design pattern. It's a structural narrative. It's a structural narrative, and design patterns focuses on solutions, but whereas anti-patterns focuses on commonly recurring problems and then address the problems with one or more candidate solutions. It's about anti-patterns. Now let's see why we need to start with anti-patterns. So first step we need to take is to admit that we have a problems. We have a problems in cyber network. So anti-patterns or implies psychological frameworks for solving problems whose causes involves habitual mistakes. So anti-patterns are required a mind shift from the dispassionate mindsets of mathematics and engineering into the judgmental milieu of enterprise architecture and organization change. So need to start with anti-patterns. So basically anti-patterns are a way of thinking clearly about habitual causes and its serious problems and effective solutions. So technology is not the problem and people are the problem. As we know that technology is evolving day by day. So implementation of technology and utilization of technology is fully depending on the people. Okay, so people or the problem. Okay, problem is with the people. Okay, problem is not with the technology. But changing people's minds is very difficult. Okay, so it is not able to go to each and every one, and we cannot change their minds setup. Okay, it is very difficult task. So we need powerful psychology to do that. Okay, we need powerful psychology to to do the or to change the people's minds. So anti-patterns have ancient roots in governance, law enforcement, religion, and public administration. So in a perverse sense, anti-patterns are an adult form of name calling used to control the society. Basic anti-patterns includes two parts. Okay, it's having two parts. The first one is the description of the anti-pattern problem. Okay, and the second one, a description of an improved solution. Okay, it's called as a refactored solution. So anti-patterns, okay, having two parts. One is the anti-pattern problem, and the second one is, okay, solution for the anti-pattern problem. Okay, basically refactored solution is solution for the anti-pattern problem. So about refactored solutions, okay, we'll discuss in detail, okay, later. Next, anti-pattern signature based malware detection versus polymorphic threats. We know about key signature detection. It's nothing but okay, authentication. So what we know about authentication? So sender, while is sending a message, you need to put a signature, and along with the signature, he is going to send a data or message to the receiver. The receiver, after is receiving a message, okay, you need to verify the signature of the sender. So if signature is match, then okay, the data or message is coming from the legitimate sender. If not, the data is not coming from the legitimate sender. It is coming from, okay, like hackers. The same concept we are using here, okay, to detect the malware. Here for a malware, when we consider or when we go for okay, signature matching, the malware file, okay, malware file which is having malicious code, so the signature will be not matched. So what is polymorphic threats? We know what is the basic meaning of polymorphic. Okay. Behavioral changes is nothing but polymorphic. Threats are okay, viruses. They are going to change their behavior. Okay? It's not going to remain same. The conventional wisdom is that all systems with up-to-date antivirus signature will be, okay, safe. So whatever antivirus we are using in our system, okay, need to be updated properly, so that it is going to protect, okay, it is going to protect our system from the malware attack or malicious code. So if we don't have the antivirus okay, up to date, okay, the sensitive data within the system will be explored to the malware. So however, many popular antivirus are nearly obsolete. Okay, I mean they're not working okay, up to the mark. So when we are using antivirus and okay, we scan the files, okay, there are chances are there to miss some, okay, threats. So with many missing, I mean the antivirus is going to, okay, miss the majority malware. So it is not up to the mark. Okay, antivirus, the current antivirus what we are using, okay, the many antiviruses, they are not going to give the 100% result. So we'll give you the statics, okay, small statics for here. Current signature based antivirus engines are going to miss 30% to 70% of malicious code. Okay, it is going to miss the 30% to 70% malicious code. And there is one more okay, interesting factor about okay, antivirus attack. The malicious signature growth is exploding from 5 new ones per day in 2002, 1500 per day in 2007, and more than 15,000 per day in 2009. Okay, just imagine that how the, okay, malicious code or malicious files are exploring to the, okay, network. So in 2000, okay, there are 5 new ones per day, but where in 2007, so it is increased to 1500 per day new malicious codes are exploring. In 2009, so this number is increased to 15,000 per day. New malicious signature growth has explored, is increased. So according to the semantic which they have conducted during 2010, and they have presented in conference briefing on reputational anti-malware, which is an average of 200% to 300% cumulative growth per year. Just imagine how the malicious signature is going to exploiting year by year. So malware variability has grown so rapidly that signature based detection is rapidly becoming absolute. So what the concepts we are using to find out the signature, so it's becoming absolute because of the growth in malicious signature exploiting. The proliferation of malware signature is exploiting primarily due to the polymorphic malware techniques. For example, so we are using hash functions used by signature based detectors yield very different values with only slight changes to the malicious file. So generally, what is a signature? Signature is nothing but hash code. How we are going to generate the hash code? By using some hash functions or some algorithms. So the malicious files also having the signature in the form of hash code. They will also use hash functions to generate the signature. So after scanning the malicious files, the signature is all signature is going to match. So with only the slight changes, slight changes. So when we consider the malicious file for scanning, since the signature is going to match, and with the slight changes, we are going to miss the malicious file. We are going to miss the malicious file during scanning the malicious files. So other polymorphic techniques include varying character encoding, encryption, and random values in the files. Summary of this video lecture: we have come across what is anti-patterns, and anti-pattern signature based malware detection versus polymorphic threats. If you have any doubts after watching this video, feel free to post your doubts in comment section so that I am able to answer your doubts. Thank you for watching my video.